We're going live.
Going live.
Awesome. 2, 1.
1. Y'all fix it.
I'm sorry. Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know what time it is. It is Saturday, noontime, the TP Square Show here on GenesisRadio.com. As I always say, pick up on it before you got it. You know, we got our special guest co-host in here today with us, Diana Bellamy. You know, I had to tap into her. You know, she was dropping a whole lot of jewels on Facebook, and I saw it and I said, okay, that's my kind of lady. We need to get her on the show so we can chop it up and talk some stuff. So she's here, y'all. You know, we got my man Cal, your next baby daddy, in the building with us. You know, so Diana, what's up? Tell the world, Genesis listeners, you know, who you are and what you do before we get all up into your business.
Okay, yeah, I feel like I'm usually the one. Let me just start by saying I'm usually the one asking all the questions, and I'm usually the one putting people in the hot seat. So I'm feeling just a little nervous, but I'll be fine. You guys know me out there. I'm a little bit of everything. So to start, my name is Diana Bellamy. A lot of my followers know that. I have Diana's Real Talk, and we talk about relationships, and we talk about leadership, and we talk about self-confidence, and I'm an activist. I'm a women's empowerment advocate, and I'm also a radio personality on the Fearless Women Show that happens every 2 weeks, and the next one is on April 15th, so tune into that too at DSN Studios in the Bronx. Other than that, I'm just doing God's work, I guess. That's just me.
Virtuous woman, right?
A virtuous woman.
All right.
At least I try to be.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to get all up in your business today, because over here on the TP Square Show, nothing's scripted. There's nothing scripted here.
Right.
You know, I'm just a regular dude from down the street. We're going to have real talk. You know, we just going to talk about a little bit of everything today.
Let's do it.
You know.
I'll just sit in the corner with my bag of popcorn and watch.
You know, you're just going to watch with it. Oh, I mean, come on. You the next baby daddy, man. I know you got
Exactly.
Oh, Lord.
You know?
Exactly. And with the two of y'all,
oh, yeah.
I'm sitting in the corner.
Yeah, how about that?
That nosy neighbor.
Okay.
And that's cool with me. Also, what number, just in case people want to call in, what's the number?
The number is 888-304-4401.
Just in case you have some questions for me or for Terry or whomever in the studio, baby daddy, my next baby daddy, either one.
Hold up, I'm digging up.
Right?
She said my next baby
There
daddy.
you go.
All right.
There it is.
Everybody else says yours. Hey!
Pick up on it before you drop it, man.
Yes,
There you
sir.
go.
Yes, sir.
That's right, y'all. It's 888-304-4401, GenesisRadio.com. That's where we at. You know, hit us up. Talk to us. We want to talk to y'all. I want y'all to bombard her with all the questions here, because she's a relationship guru, I think.
Yeah, I am. I kind of am. I'm that too.
Because she had a post, you know, and she said she didn't want to insult women. You know, tell me about that post that you wrote.
I had to remind myself what post I put up in the car on the way here, because I post a lot of things up, and it's usually not pointed to any person. It's how I'm feeling. It's what I'm seeing. And so this one particular post I put up, I didn't want to offend my women followers, because my women followers is extremely important to me. My job in life is to uphold, uplift, and motivate the women that I come across. But I've also seen some things, and you know, I'm a little older, but I've seen some things where women are steering away from being a woman. And you know, a lot of women are trying to be the man and the woman in a relationship, and then wonder why their relationships don't last. So my message was, play your position, because there is a position in a relationship. You are not the head, you're the rib. Yes, you know, a lot of women, there's a lot of single women out here who say, well, I'm the head of household. Yes, you are. You're the head of household while you are single. Mm-hmm. When you become one with a man, you have a position to play. And I've lost a lot of women followers because I said that. And it's okay, because at one point or another they'll mature and understand how things really do work. And the thing is, a relationship, and you and I spoke about this on the way here, you know, a marriage, a relationship is business.
Absolutely.
It's business.
I tell everybody that all the time.
Exactly. And if you don't understand that, you'll never conceptually make anything work. It cannot succeed unless you get in your mind that, you know what, here's a man and a woman. Everybody has a role to play. And as soon as one veers off and tries to go into the next role because he's not doing it the right way, you know, I noticed that a lot of women do that. If he didn't throw out the garbage right, if he didn't clean up the grass right, or whatever the case may be, they feel like they have to pounce on him and say things to make him do it right in a negative tone, and you don't really need to do that. My thing is, when you're in a relationship, let's talk about it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely, because guess what? Nobody wants to be with an argumentative woman, you know. And go ahead and answer that call, Cal. You know,
Somebody's calling in?
This live radio.
Thank you for calling Genesis. Who's calling?
Calvin in Atlanta.
Uh-oh. Hey, Calvin, how you doing?
Uh-oh.
This is Calvin Waters, and he's an incredibly well-known man. Calvin, I respect this gentleman wholeheartedly. He has taught me a lot. He has actually been a mentor to me when I stop and think about how relationships work. Mm-hmm. So, Calvin, go ahead. Give it to me.
What's up, Calvin?
Hey, how y'all doing? Are you giving it to them real straight?
I'm giving it to them very straight.
Man is standing on two legs, don't want to be, how can I put a challenge every time he walk in the door by a woman.
That's right.
And,
I just said that.
Absolutely. And, you know, when you walk through that door, you don't want to be sitting out where you know, that's the worst thing in the world. The worst fight in the world, the hardest battle in the world, when a man walks through the door. And most women want to challenge dudes, and it kind of get kind of crazy. Because I have a lot of conversations with Diana, and I said, well, if he a real man, he ain't walking through the door looking at a woman that got the same 3 legs he got.
Absolutely, you know.
Thank you.
Hello.
Absolutely. I always say that, you know, one of my questions to most women is, do they know the definition of a man? First and foremost, you know, and if she don't know the definition of a man, if she doesn't know the definition of a man, if she don't know the definition of a man, she's probably no good for me, you know, because the last thing I want to do is come home to be aggravated. I want to come home with some peace and quiet and some peace. You know, I don't want to argue about Coke or Pepsi because I brought home a Pepsi and she mad because I didn't buy a Coke. I brought something home to drink.
Exactly. I get it. But, you know, me being a feminist also, and Calvin knows this about me, I'm very well aware of, you know, not to cut you off, but I want to make it clear that I'm not here to advocate for just men's rights. I'm here to advocate the truth. I'm here to say women also have full-time jobs. I'm one of these women. I work in corporate America. I work hard. I make money. I have the same amount of stress as, or could be more than men, because I'm also rearing children. So when I come home, I don't want a problem either.
Absolutely.
You know, when I come home, I want peace and quiet.
Peace.
And every once in a while, I want to come home to a home-cooked meal. Mm-hmm. And if you cannot do that for me, knowing that I had a 12-hour, 13-hour day, order something. Mm-hmm. Make sure I have my glass of wine. Let's work together as a team. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Absolutely. So it goes both ways. I just want to make sure that everybody out there understands that this is not bashing Women Day.
No,
we're not going to do none of that.
We're not going to do that. But,
exactly.
You know, we talked about the American dream.
Let me say something, because we had a conversation one day, and we had a conversation about the word relationship. Either you have a relationship or you in a relationship. And most women seem to forget that they need to have a relationship, not just be in a relationship.
Exactly.
When you have a relationship with a man, then you know it's almost like a man don't have to say nothing. If he shifts left, a woman knows she needs to shift left with him. Because every man want to be ahead of his household. If he grew up watching a dad in a household, every man wants to do that.
We had that conversation as well, Calvin.
Absolutely. Like I was on the ride up, you know, for me, it was hard for me to date a woman who didn't grow up with a man in the household, who didn't have a father, because, you know, she would know how to treat a man, respect the man. So, you know, that's a deal breaker for me.
Most women, when they didn't grow up, they grew up in a single-parent home, and, you know, that's fine, that's fine, everything. But when a man speaks, especially when women talking about, well, you know, if their mom tell you, don't let a man tell you what to do, there's a point that you need to know how to listen and not hear a man. Because when women hear a man, they got a quick response. But if a woman listens, she'll let him finish a sentence.
But you know something, Calvin? What I like to say is what a lot of women don't have today, and they need to learn this. They need to learn how to become independently dependent, you know. And I say that by saying, because my mother was independently dependent. my father he brought home the money, but my mother called all the shots. Whatever my mother wanted to do, she did it. But she made my father feel like a man and made him feel like he made the decision, although she had already made the decision.
Right.
So I call that being independently dependent. You know, and sometimes, you know, people forget that when a man meets a woman, he will give her everything in the world. He goes out of his way to make her feel like to convince her that he's the best thing since sliced bread. You know, which means that, guess what, ladies? You control the relationship. You know,
we absolutely do.
And if you don't manage that properly, to do something to lose your edge, that's when it all falls apart. You know, because there is no greater trophy for a man than to have this woman on his arm, to have this woman in his household. You know, that supersedes everything. A lot of people think that, you know, a man's first love is his car. Yeah, we love our cars. You know, it started with Hot Wheels and Matchbox. You know, we got cars. I got the black man fetish. I love cars. You know what I mean? But also, that woman defines who I am.
Right.
You know, and she represents me, and I want her to represent me 24/7. And if she's worth the world, I'm going to give her the world and everything in it. But she has to manage it. You know, at the same time, she can call the shots, but don't make me feel like I'm your child. Because that's when we have a problem.
That's the worst thing, and a lot of women do that today, and I don't understand why. And I hate to say this, it's a lot of our women, Black and Hispanic women. You know, we grow up. A lot of us grow up with single, you know, mothers, strong single mothers like I have. I grew up with a strong Puerto Rican woman, and I remember when I was 10, she said, you know, never depend on anybody, and I never have, ever, not even my ex-husband, until it took me to start understanding that you do need to depend on somebody.
Absolutely.
You do need to have somebody that you can lean on, and she was doing that out of survival. I'm doing it because I want to have something that is equally yoked.
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying? So there's a difference. There's a huge difference.
Absolutely. You know, but we were talking over the last couple of weeks, and I'll say about one of the topics that we had up here about a lot of these young women felt they were unattractive because they felt that they were losing all these men of color to the Caucasian women's, and we want to expand on why that's happening, why that's a phenomenon. And
you mean with our black men, Black and Hispanic men, or
absolutely.
just men? Okay.
Black and Hispanic men, you know, men of color have been migrating away from their ethnicity and dating outside their race, and more importantly, you know, being linking up with Caucasian women. You know, that seems to be a phenomenon right now, and a lot of people want to know, well, why is that happening?
That's a very tough question. Again, I'm very pro Afro Latina, so it's a tough question and it is a reality. I feel, and gentlemen, don't take offense. You know, again, a lot of the stuff that I say, I might change my mind tomorrow and I might not. And some of the things I say is controversial and some of it might hit below the belt. But a lot of men today, unfortunately, a lot of our men, our mothers have raised a lot of our men to be wimps. I was gonna say bitch asses, but you know,
Go ahead.
excuse my language.
Bitch asses.
But you know, and unfortunately, I've seen my mother do that to my brothers, where I was the one cleaning and cooking, and my brothers would be sitting there and she'd serve them. And it's about who raised you. You know, like my friend T.D. Jakes, excuse me, not T.D. Jakes, the comedian. Damn, he's gonna kill me for saying that. No, who raised you? I just spoke to him yesterday. No, not Anthony. Anyway, damn, I forgot. Sorry about that, bruh. But anyway, it is a matter of who raised you. And a lot of the men today are not taking their own responsibility and say, you know, this is a woman. This woman is culturally equal to me, or I can understand this better and get what a Black, Latina, or women of color needs. We need certain things in our men, in our Black and Latino or whatever men of color. We need certain things culturally. And a lot of times, a lot of men of color can't or will not. I don't know what it is. It's either laziness or how they were raised, but will not stand up to the plate because they don't have it in them. They're lazy. They don't want to put the work in. And that's the God's honest truth. I'm sorry. That's the God's honest truth. Who raised you?
Absolutely.
Well, you're right. You're right.
Exactly. And it's frustrating.
Sometimes most men are mama's boys. You know, I'm a mama's boy. I was spoiled rotten. You know, but because my father was there, I had a role model.
Exactly. Well,
You know?
unfortunately, a lot of us don't have that.
Yeah. So you know what? I know how to treat a woman. You know, I know that she has needs that she needs to be fulfilled. But look, y'all got too many shoes, but I can't understand that.
Right.
You know, there's certain things that, you know what? Let's say in my marriage, in the master bedroom, and all that closet space I didn't have no clothes in there. That was her closet space. You know, my closet was in the guest bedroom.
Right.
You know, because
Sacrifice.
I didn't need all that stuff. So there's certain things that, as a man, you know, we know that we have to provide, and you know, you got relationships of give and take. You know, but I think that some of the reasons why a lot of these men are abandoning black women, and Hispanic women, and dating Caucasian women is because, you know, so many women want to take that stance and be the man and the woman in the relationship. And I know, like for me, being in corporate America and doing the things that I do, the last thing I want to do is come home to an argument. You know?
That's not all women of color though.
No. Well,
you know,
all
for
are
me,
not
I
the blame,
find
all
it
not
very.
the same.
I get it. I understand it. I mean, for somebody to be with somebody like me, you have to be structurally built as a definition of a man.
Absolutely.
Okay, you can't be a wimp in my circle, because I will make somebody feel very bad about themselves based on the weakness. Men have weaknesses, yes, and women need to understand and learn how to tap into that weakness and uplift their king.
yeah.
Right? I get that. But if you come to me straight with weakness, and now you're complaining, and now you're whimpering and all this other stuff, the only thing you're gonna do is turn me off, because I don't like a weak man. I like a man of substance. We were talking. Oh, the comedian is T.K. Kirkland. Sorry, T.K. You know I love you.
Okay.
Then we have another call coming in.
Thank you for calling Genesis. Who's calling?
It's me, boy. It's your boy, Tony Rome. What's good?
Tony Rome was popping. Hey, what you got to say on this topic, man?
We talking about relationships
man,
today.
You know I'm getting ready to come strong.
Please.
Turn down this radio.
I'm gonna let you know.
Tony Rome is on the
This is
phone.
gonna
He
be
said
a
he's gonna
battle.
come strong.
Nah.
I ain't scared.
Good to go.
You better have your gloves on.
First of all, welcome to the Queen, new Queen of TP Square. That's number one. Number two, listen, I think that a lot of this is culturally done. Because you know it's always been my contention that black and Hispanic women, mainly black women, because of we can just open the gambit. Are the only women, really mainly black women, are the only ones that do not respect a man to be a man.
Okay.
At least these are, if you go to Japanese, if you go to even Hispanic, you go to Chinese, that man is allowed
Wait,
to be
Tom.
the man. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Wait,
Okay,
okay, so
Tony,
let me
to the left.
just say something real quick to my viewers out there. This gentleman on the phone said that mostly black women do not know how to treat a man.
No.
Oh, what did you just say?
What I'm saying is that the same respect is not given. In other cultures, a man is the man, and that's the end of the story. You might not like it, they get headaches, but at the end of the day, he's the man, he's the one that makes the decisions, and that's that. Somewhere along the line, it's not even somewhere along the line, if you really want to go into it, it was by design.
Of course it was by design. They broke our families up and sold your wives and raped your wives in front of your husband. Do you not understand where we come from, Tony? Like, this is something that is taking us hundreds of years to fix.
Absolutely.
And so let me tell you something about the black woman. Okay, the black woman has taken on the role of a black man. Because a lot of black men, a lot of them are very weak.
Yes.
Because of what was taken from them. So we had to raise up. We had to raise them kids and raise you up too.
But a lot of that has to do with post-slavery disorder.
Absolutely.
Of course it's
That's what
post-slavery
it is. That's what
disorder.
it is.
But you can't stand here, but you can't correctly say it's a black woman thing.
We can't. First of all, I don't want you to get it mixed up.
Okay.
I am ultra black.
Okay, Tone.
And I love
Tone,
All right, that's it.
we got to get to some other callers, Tone. Love your.
Hold on,
Thank you for your
Let me
opinion.
make one statement.
What's that,
Let
Tone?
me make one statement. Ladies, you have to understand that at this particular point in time, black women are the first or the major people graduating from college at this point in the United States. At the same token, we black men are the same ones that are going to jail at a disproportionate rate. So at the same time, when them brothers get out, brothers have ideas. Ladies, y'all are making the money. Let's get together here. Okay, that's how corporations...
All right, Tone. She's not going to kill you. We going to holler back at you, baby.
I'm not worried. I'm gonna keep
So for my viewers, this gentleman had just
All right,
mentioned
please.
that a lot more black women today are graduating college, which is very true. Women of color are graduating college now, and that a lot of the black men of color are in penitentiaries, and when they come out, they want to link up with women and say, let's start a business or whatever the case may be. Let me just make something very clear for you women out there, okay? I'm not saying it's a bad idea to be with a man who just came out of jail. What I'm saying is, sisters, saying, look,
Tone, you done opened up a can of worms, bro.
Told you bring the boxing gloves.
Oh man, you done rub that scab. You done pull that scab off.
I just find it very ignorant when a man, and I'm not saying he's ignorant. I really believe that there's ignorance around here when people pinpoint women of color saying we don't listen. We do listen. We do. Give us something to listen to.
Well,
please, give me something to listen to.
What's
now, if you're going
important?
to come to me, when I come in the house, and the first thing you say is, there's no food in this house, or there's no this in the house, why don't you come and say, baby, are you hungry?
Well,
I mean, they always want us to come across correctly. It takes two.
It works both
yes.
ways.
It takes two.
I'll interject. I get a chance to speak for one.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, first and foremost, it is a partnership.
It's a partnership.
I've never seen a successful business with two CEOs.
There you go. There's a CEO and there's a COO. Somebody to make it, somebody to do it.
Take that
Period.
call.
All right, we got a caller.
Take it.
Hung up on you. Sorry, whoever called, call back.
Maybe that was the wannabe CEO.
That's exact. There you go.
Well, this for the record. This ain't a war of roses type of situation here. We want to talk about.
Agree.
We want to find common ground to a problem that's persistent.
Absolutely.
We want to know where we went left, and we want to get right. You know what I mean? Because like we tell everybody, if you don't get right, you're gonna get left, right?
Come on.
That's right.
Left, right,
We're gonna
city.
reverse that. We're gonna reverse that.
Exactly.
So we wanna bring back some harmony to the community. We want to bring love back into our households, back into our relationships. We want to reintroduce our men to our women, and let's heal the wounds of slavery, and let's get through this post-slavery disorder thing collectively, and let's put some building blocks together.
I agree.
And I want to be able to fulfill her needs, and I want her to fulfill mine, and at the end of the day, as I was telling you, all I want to be is just happy.
Come on.
That's all.
That's
That's
all.
all. That's
No
what we
pressure,
all
no
want.
problems. No pressure, no problems.
We all want that.
We want to get to the root of the problem. Now, in my opinion, I talked to some of these young men, and they said that some of their issues was that the women are fake. They got fake hair, they got implants on the buttocks and breast implants, and they changing their eye colors. They are taking on the perception of being European, and some of them said, well, if she want to look European, I might as well get the real thing. That's what some of them think.
Some of them do think that.
Go
I
take
agree
that
with
call,
you.
right?
We're gonna have another
Thanks
call.
for calling Gynesis. Who's this?
Hey, it's Calvin. I got cut off. I'm sorry about that.
No problem, Cal. You the man, bruh. Once again, you got Diana.
Is somebody else calling in?
Diana got the phone blinking off the hook right
Hold
quick.
on, Calvin. Can you get that one?
Put that on hold.
Put it on hold.
Hit hold and get the next one. They hung up. We lost it. Okay, all right.
Yeah, we lost them.
What's
Hey,
up, Cal? You still
Cal,
there?
you there?
Yeah, the most important thing between a man and a woman, a relationship is not forced. A relationship is like a leaf falling off a tree. It falls down gradually. You never seen a leaf be forced to the ground. around and everything should be fine between both parties. I hear a lot of guys talking about, well, you know, like I want to be this, I want to be that. If that woman is in tune with you, you don't have to say a word. You come in, body language, the whole mental thought process works for the party. I'm sorry that I'm using big words, so Diana know how I cuss and talk about gay shit. But I'm trying to make.
Don't worry about it. We're all college
Can you
grads
guys
here.
hear my
all
speakers,
grown.
my phone calls, everybody on there? Can you guys hear? Facebook Live? I don't know. Somebody just said they can't hear. I'll try to do the best to reiterate what Calvin is saying on the phone.
Can y'all do me a favor? Y'all need to repost. Keep telling the phone number out because I see a lot of guys trying to call in, but they can't call in.
The phone number to call in, everybody, is 888-304-4401. 888-304-4401. Thank you, Calvin. But you're right, Calvin. We got another call coming in, Calvin.
All right, bye.
Bye.
We get the next one. Okay.
But I agree with what you said. You know, somebody just put up on Facebook like I can't stand that fake shit. I get it. I understand it. I believe, for me, holistically, I like to be natural, but that's just me.
Yeah, I like regular too.
Yeah, that's just me.
Hamburger, fries, and a Coke. That's it. I want regular.
But there's also part of me that says if you want to
Take it.
put some weave in your hair, if you
Thank
want
you
to
for
put some
calling
contacts,
Genesis.
that's your
Who's
business.
calling?
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it.
There's somebody for everybody, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Hello, thanks
Hello?
for calling Genesis Radio. Who's calling?
Guess they're not there.
Okay,
No.
the number again is 888-304-4401. The phone's been blowing up, and we apologize where, the calls are coming in back to back. So, but if you have any
Look at all the trouble you
questions,
done brought here.
I'm sorry.
Daggone troublemaker.
Post the
you know?
number. Post the number. I can't post the number right now.
But
My phone's-
these are important things. Like what she's bringing to the table is this is going to help us start the process.
Agree.
So that's why I'm
It's for me, again, I'm a mindset coach. It's about mindset change.
Absolutely.
It's about mindset change. And it's also about
Thanks for
being
calling Genesis Radio.
non-judgmental. It's
Who's
about
this?
not taking what you see for face value and judge.
Absolutely.
You know-
Transitional thinking.
What's your name, bro?
Absolutely.
My name is Dale.
Hey, Dale. How you doing? Thanks for calling Genesis. What's up?
All right, what's going on? You guys have a great show going.
Thank you, Dale. Is this Dale Hitch?
That's me.
Mr. Hitch, how are you? Very intelligent, young black man, educated. I think Afro-Latina. So I'm mixed race myself. I don't care about that. And Dale, sorry, I don't mean to jump on you. I'm a little bit hype about the last brother that just called. But what do you need, Dale? I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Well, no, I mean, just kind of piggybacking off of what you said. There's some brothers out there who, they want to be in interracial relationships solely because of that. And it has nothing to do with the character of the person. And that's just wrong. I mean, I don't know where some of these brothers get this mentality, that we want to be in, these types of relationships just by, the complexion of someone or where someone's background is or things like that. It seems like, we lost a lot of these fundamentals. And I think, a lot of that is going by the wayside. And, I think one of the things, you guys mentioned earlier about, being in that slave type of mentality. And Diana, I post things like that, on my own timeline because, this thing that we're in with slave mentality, I mean, it kind of really, really hits home. And I don't think a lot of us are cognizant of, how we behave.
Absolutely.
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 And I'll be honest with you, Diana, I used to, I was one I used to, I was like 8 years ago. And, but
You was
there's
like
things-
what years ago, Dale? Specifically, you was like what years ago?
Well, like I was, I had that slave mentality. I was, trapped in chains and things like that. And, you feel so liberated, once you break those chains.
Ooh,
And it's amazing.
amen.
It's amazing when you find out the truth. You find out the truth of your history, of your culture, and those types of things. And it puts, relationships, I think, in a good perspective. So you
They can't
learn
hear.
to treat people
That's
who
him.
they are.
That's
You
fine.
love a woman who she is. It has nothing to do with her skin. It has nothing to do with, where where she comes from or status or amount of money or anything, and vice versa, man.
Open up the floodgates to share that, you know. And when you're with somebody, it doesn't as it pertains to being in a biracial relationship. I feel the rules of engagements are not so much your skin tone or your hair color or that you have big fake deep tits. The rules of engagement are, who are you?
Absolutely.
What are you about?
Absolutely.
Right? What are you about? And can we, despite you having a weave on or whatever the case may be, the outside, because let's keep it real. You know, when you meet somebody, what do you see? You see visual, right? But that's not the basis of staying with somebody.
No,
Absolutely.
Right? It's not the basis. And if you are attracted to somebody who necessarily doesn't look like you, that's okay as well. But the rules of engagement are, who are you? How can we fit in each other's worlds
Absolutely.
and be cohesive?
Be cohesive.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Dale, thank you.
And I'm going to have to leave in a few minutes, but one of the things that I think that is missing from a lot of women is mindfulness. One of the things that I talk to women and I mentor women and coach them all around the country. And one of the things I say to them, particularly women who have been raised in single parent homes, and that single parent was a mother, because we had to be very strong. And I realized that was one of the challenges that my own daughter now faces, because she hung around, she grew up with a strong mother and hung around strong women, but she never learned how to relate to men. And what's missing, we have masculine energy and feminine energy, and many of us have learned to use that masculine energy, so when we get with a man, we don't know how to be feminine. That feminine energy is lacking muscle. So we really need to think about, am I being feminine with my man, or am I being masculine with him? And because you are a single mother doesn't mean that when you get a man in your life that your man now becomes your child.
Exactly. And that's the problem we have today. These women today take their men. She's right. She's 100% correct.
We said
We
on the ride
spoke
in.
about that on the ride in.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Get that masculine and that feminine energy in alignment with God, and everything will get right.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And drop the fake and the phony, because it doesn't matter what your title is, don't matter how much education you have, it is not going to create a happy relationship. You got to get yourself together. You got to go inward, get that inside temple working properly, clean it up, and then allow yourself to surrender and submit to that man you say you want.
I agree completely.
But he's got to be the right man.
I agree.
Absolutely. But look, y'all, that was a great segment one. We're going to go into some music right now.
We'll be back.
We're going to talk a little bit behind the scenes. We're going to regroup, you know, and don't go nowhere. Sit back and
We're
enjoy
going to
the
talk
ride.
about submission. We're going to talk about relationships.
That's right.
We're going to talk about how, you know, God fits into all this stuff, and even being a woman, a virtuous woman, being a woman, a career woman, how it all works out in relationships. And is Diana single? Stay tuned.
All right, y'all. We out of here. Let's go to some music, y'all.
I love that.
Oh,
You need to write